Good evening, it's Brian here at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. A lot of these videos are reviews and they go through specifications and stuff like that, and I really just don't know how to get it across what it's like to drive a car like this, so I'm going to try anyway. So this is a Honda Civic 1.6 diesel in what's called a Smart Plus model. So we're going to go for a spin. Don't really know what's going to happen, but anyway. So the first thing, when you get into a car like this, you're going to want to adjust the height of your seat. You're going to want to let the back part backwards and forwards, and then you want this lumbar area here, which is going to harden up the back part of the seat. When you get into the car, you're also going to want to drop this down, and that means then you can get the steering wheel up, down, or in or out, whichever way suits you best. So once you're sitting in the car and you've set up everything pretty much in the way that you want, that means you've got good visibility on the clock, but you can also see what's going on in through here. If you want, you can set up your digital display. So you're just going to use this button here, which is going to toggle through things like fuel efficiency, navigation information, speed zones, all that kind of stuff. For me, I'm probably more interested in watching fuel, so I'm using this cursor over here. I'm going to set up, and basically now I know I have 383 kilometers of fuel over here, and then in through here it's telling me the car is averaging 5.4 litres per 100 kilometers over its life so far. After that, then everything is set up that way. So over here I want to set up my heating, so speed up or slow down, or we can hit automatic, so that'll basically get me to whatever temperature I want, in this case high. A little bit noisy at the start, so I'd rather just let it cruise along. So I'm going to set it to face and feet, and then let it speed up, or I'm going to leave it on a medium kind of speed setting after that. Gearbox in these cars is dead sweet, so I'm happy with where my hand and arm is there. I'm happy with where my hands are going to go on the steering wheel. After that then, we're going to straighten up mirrors. Down in through here we have our right mirror, so that's set pretty well. And we switched across for the left one, which looks okay as well. So after that, I think we're good to go. So first gear, safety belt is on, so I don't need to do anything with the handbrake. I just give the car a little bit of throttle as I drive away, and it automatically releases the handbrake, so I don't have to worry about it. Driving position so nice in these cars. First gear, second gear. And it is a diesel car, but it still feels good. Third gear. So just to give us an idea in terms of acceleration, if we pull out onto the road, the engine is nice and warm. So if we floor the car, let's see how we get on. Nothing dangerous. So we're staying below the red line, so the car is well able for it. And we're up to 100 kilometers an hour pretty quick. And this is 1.6 diesel, remember? So once you're up to speed and you're happy with the speed that you're doing, you can engage these functions along through here. So we have our cruise control and also our lane keep assist. So if we activate them by pressing the main button, we start to see then over here adaptive cruise control becomes available, and lane keep assist also becomes available. I'm going to show you how that works now using these buttons here, but I'm going to have to put the phone into a little holder. So these here, but let's see how the dash operates once we're up and running. Using the buttons we talked about earlier, I can hit this main button here and we see two things coming up called adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist. So if I'm behind a car, I can use basically the steering wheel setup to actually choose how far behind that car I want to be. Right now I'm 4 car lengths behind that Mini, or it could be 3 and the car will speed up and close in, or it could be 2 and I'm actually getting closer, or I could actually be 1. In fairness, it works really well, so it just means I'm behind a Golf now, so if he slows down, I don't have to do anything with my left leg basically. The car will just follow him in front, so if he slows down, well, he or she, if they slow down, I'll slow down, and similarly if they speed back up to whatever I've limited the car at, it'll speed back up, so it just makes this kind of close proximity driving so much easier. So the second part of the function is lane keep assist. So we saw adaptive cruise control over here. Now we can talk about lane keep assist. If I hit another button on the steering wheel, which is this one over here, I can basically now set up the steering with these two broken lines. Eventually, as I start driving up the road, they're going to go solid. When it goes solid, that actually means that the car is now recognised. There's white lines on either side of the road, and it's now going to try and keep the car between those lines. So at the moment I have that set up. We're on lane keep assist. There is a corner coming along. This is not an autopilot, but it's not terribly unlike it. It has similar abilities. But you're not meant to use it that way, but it just means if you're getting a bit tired or something like that, it's going to try and keep you in check. So it's quite safe. I'm just going to keep my hands quite close to the steering. So what I'm doing at the moment, you see I'm actually not touching the steering wheel. The car is steering us around the corner. I am not doing anything here. The car is doing absolutely everything. That's actually bringing us around the corner nice and safe. And then it does give you a warning to say it hasn't felt a steering input. So if I just steer it a little bit, that means now it's copped on that I'm actually back in charge again. It's not an autopilot, but it actually is there trying to stop you from drifting. And again, we're going around a left-hand turn. It's keeping me in check. One thing I also like about these cars is the cabin is a nice place to be. So the screen, as we saw already, with all the bits and pieces on it that were talking about, like cruise and information and stuff, happy days, they're all very, very nice. But this screen in through here as well. So I just like the way it slants down along through there. Don't know why, I just do. And then after that, in through here, navigation's pretty straightforward. So we can navigate to whatever we want, or if I want, I can also, I haven't got it set up, but I can use my things like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto and stuff like that in through there as well. But just, it's a nice place to be. You're nice and low down in the car. There's good visibility all the way around the place. Nice access to the gear stick. And that's the whole thing. There's lots of safety in these cars. But like, it's about driving pleasure. You have to enjoy driving the car as well. So I do really like driving these cars. Cars are so nice on the back road. Nice and wide, it's sure-footed, you feel confident in it. There you have it. That is probably a load of rubbish, but it might, I don't know, maybe it doesn't. It's hard to convey. Sometimes you look at videos about cars and it's trying to figure out how would that car actually feel. It's probably a useless video, but anyway, if there's some way I can convey it, or if there's some kind of way I can do something in the video or information, please do let me know. Thanks for taking time to watch. Brian here, Fitzpatrick's Garage, Kildare.